This is a clip from one of our most recent episodes. For full episodes and more, please check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Stitcher, and YourVibesPodcast.com. This episode is brought to you by Your Vibes Entertainment. Your Vibes Entertainment is Middle Tennessee's premier hospitality entertainment consulting company. If you or your business are in need of a mobile DJ, group entertainment like trivia, karaoke, or bingo, or you just need a professional MC to help coordinate your event's day of logistics, we have you covered. It's no work and all play when you hire Your Vibes Entertainment. You can trust us to bring top-of-the-line sound equipment, lighting, and a professional attitude to any event you are hosting. If you are interested in boosting your revenue, showcasing your company, or just want to provide high-vibe entertainment for your family, friends, employees, or clients, please contact us on Facebook or Instagram at Your Vibes Entertainment. Shoot us an email at yventertainmentservicesllc@gmail.com or reach out to the owner, Michael, directly at 615-330-3236. Thanks, and always remember, stay vibey, my friends. Yeah. So you passed the bar in April of 12, right? And then kind of did a few things in between then and I guess October of 13. And then you've been in this same spot for, would you say, 9 years?
Mm-hmm. That's it. Yes, sir. 9 years.
So, you're now at a crossroad here as far as kind of what your next move is, and you've obviously made the decision. And, maybe would you mind diving into, I guess, a couple highlight some accomplishments throughout those 9 years, some things that, really kept that flame lit. Obviously you've tried out, something I always like to say to myself is you don't know what you want till you know what you don't want, kind of thing.
That's correct.
Yeah. And even, and those happen in equal and opposite proportions as well, too. I mean, the more you know about what you don't want, the more, you know more in detail about what it is that you do want. So, I guess throughout those kind of 9 years, maybe some trials and tribulations that, and I'm sure you maybe had some questions about, what was going on, throughout that journey and kind of, obviously, you're a smart guy and kind of think about the future. So, just kind of where your mind was at in those 9 years and some of the things that you went through that finally led to, your decision to run for judge.
Absolutely. I'd love to. So I counted this up the other day. I've tried 44 jury trials since I've been a prosecutor. My first job when I was hired in 2013, I was the DUI prosecutor because our district, we've got 5 counties in our judicial district. It's the 23rd judicial district. There's Stewart County, Houston County, Humphreys County, Dickson County, and Cheatham County. And the DUI prosecutor prosecutes all the DUIs, vehicular homicides, and vehicular assaults in Dickson, Cheatham, and Humphreys County. It's actually a federal grant. I don't get paid federally. At that time, I didn't. They pay the state of Tennessee, which the state of Tennessee pays me, or pays that position. And right out of the gate, first month I was there, I tried a case. Tried the first DUI case. I probably tried, 1 or 2 DUIs a month when I was doing that. And I did that from, March of 2015 is when, at that point, Ray Crouch had been elected the DA. March of 2015, Ray took me out of the DUI slot and put me in the slot. I was a prosecutor for Houston County. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Aaron, Tennessee, but that's Houston County. Mm-hmm. And my job there was to prosecute every crime that was committed there, from a public intox to a first-degree murder. Circuit court, which circuit court is cases involving felonies and misdemeanors, but in circuit court you have the opportunity to have a jury trial. I did general sessions court, juvenile court, everything. And from 2015 to, I guess, last January, my obligations kind of got shifted a little bit because Assistant DA Kerry Thompson retired, and he was assigned to Circuit Court in Dickson County. And Circuit Court in Dickson County, the caseload in Dickson County is, we have 4 assistant DAs that handle that. I'm one of them now because the caseload's so large. In Houston County, one DA can just handle all the caseload. The caseload is not as large as it is, which makes sense because the population's not as big. So Kerry retired. Ray then assigned me. You're going to be assigned. You're going to have a caseload in Dickson County Circuit Court, but you're going to keep your caseload in Houston County Circuit. And I don't do any more General Sessions Court in Houston County or Juvenile Court, but I still go over there for Circuit Court. And right now, so this month in January, I was in Dickson County. Next month, February, I'll be in Houston County. It kind of switches every other month.
Okay.
So, and I've tried, man, of those 44 cases, I tried my first degree murder case back in April of this year.
Oh boy.
The trial actually occurred in Dickson County, or the trial happened in Dickson County. It was a week-long trial. Involved the defendant was a man who killed his wife. The case it occurred in Houston County, but we changed the venue prior to COVID because the victim worked in the county clerk's office and she was pretty well known. And so we just agreed to change it to Dickson County.
Is that a pretty lengthy task to do something, or is that kind of like, it's understandable?
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay.
The worst thing you want to do as a prosecutor is try a case 2 times. Yeah. Because of an issue like that. So at that point, we looked at it as like, we have nothing to lose. We might as well change the venue. Yeah. Because we don't want to have to, try it in Houston County and then the guy's convicted on first degree murder and then an issue come up on appeal where we have to try it again because, the Court of Criminal Appeals says the defendant, his rights are violated because the jury they knew everybody. The jury was tainted, and he should get a new trial at a new venue. We don't want that to happen. That's the last thing you want to happen. So it's better to head that off at the front end. And, it was nice because that courthouse in Dickson County is incredible. I don't know if you've been to it.
Not yet. No, I know leadership just went through there, I guess, last week.
But it has definitely been a huge asset to this county. The courtrooms are pretty large. Just the whole, and, the county commission, and, props to the county commission and Mayor Bob Ryle for getting that done because it is something our county definitely needed. Everything's upgraded technology-wise. It's just a huge asset. Good. And it was fun trying the case in there. Ended up being, he was convicted of second-degree murder.
How does that happen?
A lot of people, these days, this day and age, in my view,
it's first degree premeditated?
Premeditated.
Okay.
Premeditated murder, you got to prove that he intentionally, and premeditation's, this, we can go on, we can go for 3 hours on this, on what premeditation is, it can be argued that premeditation can happen in a snap, like 2 or 3 seconds, or it can be, months where you're planning it. But it's my belief that's what because a second degree murder is just a knowing killing. Like a lot of times, heat of a passion murder. You just lose your mind and
kill somebody.
Yeah. Exactly. And so we argued it was premeditation. And I think that's the issue why the jury came back on second degree. I guess they didn't think that there was enough forethought or premeditation to go first degree. So, but the guy he's already been sentenced. He got sentenced to the maximum 25 years to serve. So the victim's family, they were happy with that.
Okay.
I think he's 53 years old, 55 years old. So,
did he have a violent history or anything?
No, he didn't.
Nope.
No, he didn't. Just,
I'm sure you see quite a bit of that just comes across your desk. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's see what else I tried that. I tried a false report case. That was the last trial I had in Houston County, which was not guilty, and I'm still kind of upset about that. But I got to get over it. I've tried arson cases. I've tried illegal drug sale cases where law enforcement will send in a CI to buy drugs off somebody. Multiple DUIs. I've tried vehicular homicides. I've tried 2 pretty hard-fought vehicular homicides in Houston County when I was at.
Those just mainly deal when they're intoxicated, or
you got one of the elements you have to prove in order to get an conviction on vehicular homicide is intoxication.
Okay.
Whether it be alcohol or drugs or a combination of both.
Okay.
One of the ones that was probably the most awful one I ever tried was fact pattern. This individual was a vehicular homicide where he killed a young family. I think the boyfriend was 20 years old, the girlfriend was 19, and they had a 12-day-old baby.
Oh, no. Ugh.
And it was a horrible wreck on Highway 13, and he got ejected from his truck, and he got sent to the hospital. And we kind of had to prove intoxication by circumstantial evidence because we had a urine test, and
so he lived through that, obviously.
He did, and the jury came back. His urine was positive for, I believe it was methamphetamine and oxycodone.
That's a heavy combination.
And the way he acted at the hospital, we had to tie in a lot of things to prove intoxication. His driving, evidence of the crash. And, these vehicle homicide cases, the Tennessee Highway Patrol investigates those. And they have got a team called the CERT team, Critical Incident Response Team. And those guys are experts in crash reconstruction. And, man, they are great. They are a great asset to prosecutors and to the state of Tennessee. They come in with a booklet, and it's got everything in there. Crash, they've got diagrams, crash reconstruction. Everything. Everything about all the individuals involved in the crash. They do a really great job.
Cool.
But he was convicted he was charged with 3 counts of vehicular homicide for each victim. And he was convicted, and he actually got sentenced to serve 36 years.
Wow. Wow. I'm sure that was a big win for you.
It was.
Yeah.
I've tried. The worst cases to try, in my opinion, are child sex abuse cases.
Yeah.
Those are the absolute worst.
Do we see a lot of those here in this county?
Unfortunately, yes. Those are just tough because especially if the victim's, 5 to 10 years old, it's tough. The victim's, 18 with any victim of sex abuse. But those aren't as easy as people try to think they will be to prosecute.
Even if there's just an insurmountable amount of evidence dealing with the child in that case too,
but those are definitely the toughest ones to do.
Looking somebody in the eye that's done that to somebody would be,
it'd
be hard not to jump across there and just start swinging. But
exactly.
I guess it'd be a little unprofessional on your part.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But being an assistant DA and working for General Ray Crouch, it's been a great experience for me.
Good.
It's definitely molded me. And the experiences I've had being an assistant DA, the contacts I've made, the people I've met, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Sure. And you've gotten familiar with the processes of everything and how Dickson works, and
absolutely.
Have obviously tried, cases from A to Z of all different types and all different results and all different people as well too, and in multiple different places. So you've got your wings spread and a lot of experience under your belt for being so young as well too. lot of energy, and you've gone through these 9 years. When was it about that you started thinking, I think I may be interested in running for judge?
I would say probably about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I started talking to Sarah Grace about it.
Cool.
And Sarah Grace is my wife, by the way. And, I talked to a few people and just kind of mulled it over. And, I thought to myself, the way I look at it, I'm not an elected official. Ray Crouch is the elected DA, but, being an assistant DA, you represent the state of Tennessee. And the way I look at it, when I walk in that courtroom and I'm about to try a case or I'm about to go do anything, I represent the state of Tennessee. And my little part of the state of Tennessee, who I represent, are Dickson County, Houston County, all the counties in this district, all the people who live in these counties. And the way I look at it, I serve those people when I go to try a case. And looking at, this position, Dickson County General Sessions Judge, it's another opportunity for me, another challenge for me to serve Dickson County, and it's the citizens of Dickson County in a different way. And that would be to be a elected judge.
Thanks again to Your Vibes Entertainment for sponsoring this episode. If you're looking to boost your revenue, showcase your company, or just want to provide high vibe entertainment for your family, friends, employees, or clients, please reach out to them directly on Facebook or Instagram at Your Vibes Entertainment. Shoot them an email at yventertainmentservicesllc@gmail.com, or give the owner Michael a call directly at 615-330-3236. If you're interested in sponsoring an episode, please reach out to me directly via email at yourvibespodcast@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening, and always remember, stay vibey, my friends.